Hello there everyone, this is Kay, and I am going to make a video on how to fight one of the Grandes, the more recent Grandes that give materials, the blue book, to make the craftable Grande cannons. So the one that I pick is the number 11, which is Bogo. That seems to be easier for me compared to number 10 when you're trying to do this on your own with your 3 tunes. And the tactics involve using 2 cannoneers to combo on the boss at the final stage, so that you can kill him before he summons the second waves. Because these balls at the end, once their durability is less than 5,000, it summons a second wave of minions, and it becomes immune to cannon. Well, then it's just more work for you to do as you're trying to farm these materials on your own, right? So the cannoneers, so if you have your cannon skills ready and your gear, just so that it's as high as possible, of course. And then the ship, there will be one skill that I would say this tactics require is the intensive charge, and that will be the only skills required. In terms of sailor equipment, you want the high precision projector and the high magnifying technoscope. Now these two are the requirements. This is optional, the Vintage of Blessing, but it does let you fire with full damage even when you're at lower sailors. How much I don't know precisely, but it sometimes when because the minions kills a lot of your sailors sometimes, and if you make a mistake, it becomes worse. Unless you have the lifesavers, can't really bring back up your sailors, and then it's just problematic. And even if you can bring up your sailors, once the sailors that you bring up with your lifesavers, you can't really surgery to bring them back if you lose them again. So that creates another problem. But anyway, I strongly recommend this, but it's optional. These tools are more like a requirement because of the tactics used. Because the high precision projector helps you extend your shooting range. You don't want, if you're just using telescope, the cannons that I'm using in order to finish a combo is the cannons. The range is short to begin with, so with ballistic, you need the high precision projector in order to extend the shooting range even further for you to have a successful combo on the boss. Without that, you're even with ballistic, you're a little bit too close to it. There's a very high chance that the boss will aggro on your cannoneer instead of your tank, and then it will come chase you, and then it's not pretty. So I strongly recommend this. And then optional items, including the chariot, you can use it to increase your bonus damage from the cannon to the NPC. And then also your job, you're going to try to use the cannoneer, and with the research on your job, which is the cannoneers skills one, which increase your cannon damage to enemy ships during sea battles. These will make it much easier during your fight. Now let's go in, and then we're going to talk a little bit further once we are in there. So then of course the 4 skill items is that general thing. Now the way that I do it is there are 3 mini boss in this map. You have to kill them sequentially before they allow you to actually fight the boss. My tactics is go out, kill 1, 2, 3, and then I will come back to the port once just to resupply, and then head to the boss. So use your items, use the skills. For the video purpose, I use a 50%. Oh, I already. And normally I just use 30%, but it's up to you. Just have that choice. And for the first mini boss, I'll just come in by myself. Like it's just less tiring. For the second boss, it's just single tune as well. For the third boss, I may bring in my tank in there. You can also do it solo. I mean, just one tune. It's up to you. Now, if you have done any other Grandes before, you will know that these mini boss, they tend to do a 180 degrees flip when they are all the way at the edge. So if you have done multiples Grande by now, you're pretty familiar with these mechanisms. Just don't forget to keep surging while you're doing this fight, because these guys do hurt with the sailors. And sometimes it's all about luck whether he flips the right angle for you or not. And I don't... Yeah, this one, he's just keep flipping forth and back. The odds is making him do that. Just remember, keep searching so that when the fight ends, you're not losing too many sailors. Then you're all good. Yeah, and then at this point, I just kind of have my odd follow me. Yeah, the first mini boss is just right outside of the gate, the port. The second boss is right there in front of the island. So I normally will have my odd anchored a little bit before, and then I'll just go in myself. So sometimes the more mind could help you if you drop some, if you have the skill, first of all, and second, you drop it off like kind of at the edge where you're staying. When the boss come, when he make that 180 degrees turn, he may actually get shocked, and it will allow you to do one more crit on him if you're lucky. No one's blocking you, and you may get your finisher a little bit sooner. If I get an angle on him, yes, I got it. So that's why the more mine may help you finish a little bit sooner. It's not a must though, of course. Now, I bring these tunes out together with me just because I don't like to detour. I would prefer to just go through this little tunnel here. So I bring them so that I can have Amulet of the Sun on all my tunes, just so that I can clear the path. My odds got stuck, so I have to come back and get them. I still have residual damage I have from previous rounds that I had, so I have to do some LCCTs. Yeah, so I like to clear this path just so that later on when I go back and come back out, this path is all cleared. But if you don't want to do this, you don't want, You can go around this island, take a little go around. So the third boss, I would say, when you see this edge of the island right here, you can pretty much stop. And since since K is still in pretty good condition, I will just have the other ones anchored, and I'll just go in by myself. Now, if at this point, I mean, you can switch the other cannoneer, depends on how much you like using preference. Or you can also have the tank go in just to sit there and draw the attention while you do it on the side. Since I feel pretty okay right now, I'll just use K to go in. When you get very comfortable and familiar with it, I suppose you actually can just come out, maybe do 2 of the fights with one toon and then the third fight with the other toon, and if you don't make much mistakes and you don't get like too many reductions in sailors, you can technically go straight to the boss fight, I suppose. I'm still at the stage that I need to go back in, just because of all these silly mistakes that I'll make, and I may forget to actually surgery myself and whatnot. Look at that. So I'll just still go back. Now, these blue circle that they put on once you start the fight, if you stay on the edge, you will get this leakage. It doesn't matter whether you have watertight bulkhead or not, you will just get it, and it will slow your ship down. Yeah, something to keep in mind. So it'll be pretty slow when you have that leakage. But other than that, you're still like mingling at the edge, like how you would do in all the previous Grande. So maybe if I get very familiar later on, I may be able to just do it in one shot without actually coming back, and that will make it much more efficient as you can. So this is the other cannoneer ship. Defensive charge, adequate supports, armor ship refit. Then for the cannoneer maybe not as much, but this is just my other PvP ship, and now the tank ship. just rehearse. I think I showed this before. Oh, accidentally not paying attention. But it's okay. Good that I have them a little bit done, and I'm just gonna burn them down. So the minions, the boss, they're cannon type. They're munitions. You don't. There's no defense for that. So your aid that you bring into this fight doesn't matter. So which is also a pretty good reason that one less thing to care about, I would say. So once you kill the third mini boss here, you pretty much just go straight near the edge of this, and you just go east straight. And the final boss is just right here. No more fight in between. So which is what makes this Grande pretty nice to farm. Just be a little careful. There are these additional NPCs in the middle, so that's why I look more to the north and go straight to the east, then then you can slightly turn. Now when you're getting to this big island, you're gonna see a little small island popping out, or just part of it. You see this one coming out? When you see that, it's actually a good distance to come to a full stop. At this point I will actually anchored one of my cannoneer here first, and then I will have my tank move forward. The reason is so that he goes in, initiate the fight, and he draws most of the attention. The cannoneer I'm going to use in the fight at the first half of the fight is going to do a little slight difference in angle to enter the battle, while my tank is going to draw their attention first. So he's there. I'm going to get to the edge first. Turn on evasions, anchored at the edge. Now, so he's going to draw most of the attention. You can see the boss is rushing to him because he initiated a fight. While my guy here is gonna be getting ready for the damage. Now, the usual design for this is most of the NPCs will go to who initiate the fight, and some of it, I would say maybe about 20% first or 30% will come to the second person to enter the fight. Now, I think this is like the most dangerous part of this fight, is when everybody's try to come to you. So be careful, keep the surgery up while you try to kill these guys. Once you're done, the fight is pretty secure actually. And then you always pay attention to these bars here to see your tank status. If you see the sailor amount is dropping significantly and fast, that means someone is parking next to him and like just keep shooting at your tank like these guys. When you see these guys parking like this, try to kill them as fast as possible, because they're doing nothing, they just keep shooting at you and you lose your sailor super fast because of that. So they need to be gone. Or at least oh, did I make a mistake here and I just keep losing sailors? Okay. Now the good thing about this is most of them is over there and they won't come until you kill the one next to you. Once you kill the one next to you, they will sequentially come over. maybe one by one or a few at a time. So is what makes it much less stressful compared to if you're just coming in with one tune. Those are more like doable when you're doing the lower level Grande. You can just go in with one tune and maybe you can pretty much like last till the end and bring in your tunes when you're almost done with the boss. These balls just a little harder. So you do have to have like these setups to kind of draw the attention first to lower your stress. I can see my tank is dropping sailors rapidly already, so that means someone is parking on him. Now in this case, I'm gonna move him a little bit first, otherwise he won't last. And as you can see, the boss did some like magic skills on me that kind of makes me even slower by entangling my rudder. You can use the eradication quick just to remove that so that you move on. Now they send more ships over. It's a good thing because the more they send over, the less your tank is suffering. So it's less risky. So now it should be easier from this point on because we pretty much get rid of like 50% of the NPCs already. And I actually forgot to control my to anchor my tank, so now he's out of the edge and he's in trouble. So let me just go control him real quick. That is silly. That shouldn't happen, but all sort of different things when you forgot to anchor. Waiting for him on the other side to anchor. And I should talk about these. The boss will every now and then summon these 3 of these ships. If you don't kill them, and they are on the battlefield long enough, they will disappear, and then they will give the boss a buff. Each ship gives him a buff. So either it will do half of your Dura damage to your ship and give you these entangled rudder, or it will make the enemy ship immune to cannon damage, or the other one I forgot, or maybe like the entangling rudder and the half Dura is 2 different buffs, but there's total of 3 buffs as far as I remember. I think the only one that matters particularly is the immune to cannon damage one. That one hurts, because then, you may be surrounded by a bunch of them and you can't do anything about it. And the rudder, you just eradication, then you're done. So right now I'm at the point that there's only the boss left when... Oh, actually one more NPC. I'm gonna go over there and help him out. And right now is a timing that I can actually send my other odds coming in just so that we can get ready for the for the combo, the last hit. Okay, now I can see. If you see actually my sailors is dropping fast on the tank, so that means that the boss is parking on him. Now at this point, because I'm almost done, I do want to maintain this parking, so I would just try to search as much as I can just to kind of keep it up. And in the meanwhile, while you're just killing these guys, they don't do that much damage. So and they are pretty easy to kill off if you are using cannon. So right now I just have to move into position because I can see that he's parking a little bit next to the edge of the blue circles. But that could be a good sign, because if that is the case, that means I may have an angle to crit on him. So I just have to kind of make sure that it's balanced out. That I remember to surge and repair. Yeah, I can see his butt is facing off this area, so I would be able to fire if I anchor there. And so that is good news. If he doesn't anchor, and he keeps flipping, you can still kill him, but you just have to. It will be more technical because you have to get it right, the timing wise and whatnot. So this, the more stressful part of this is the surging and repairing. You have to keep it up, but so that is when your repair support and surge and medical support becomes handy. It's a little bit close enough. Now I should have a good angle on. Should before doing anything, I would usually just relaunch my skills because they do like to be turned off in the middle of you doing these important shots. So better be safe and keep up the surge and repair and doing these. Now then, do at least one test shot on each of your tune just to make sure that they both at good angle to do the crit. Okay, just kind of try to slightly have the Dura about 5,000 so that you can just combo to kill him. Now be careful when it's near 5,000. When he leaks, he tends to get a reduction in Dura also. So now he's at a 5,300. I can just match the timing, do a combo real quick, and he will be gone. Now sometimes you don't have a good timing if these guys actually come over before you can do anything. Kill them first. At this point it's only you guys, it's only like the boss and these three minions, and it's just easy. You can take your time and adjust your angle and all that, as long as you keep the surgery and repair up. So this is it, and then you get your loot, the blue books, and then you have 3 tunes, and hopefully you can get your cannons as soon as you can. So thank you for watching.